Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
Your other host, Justin.
And here in just a hot second, there we are.
There we are. See? Yeah.
I pointed at the computer.
But, yeah, I figured out to where I can get you to start speaking so that way I can transition to it. See?
I have impulse control issues.
I must see myself before I speak.
Yes. And if I see myself, I must be speaking.
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think any of that is how it works. So tonight, I went with another K-Cup. This one is, and we did horror-themed mugs. Hold up your mug.
Oh, right.
So mine's the Universal Monsters, and yours is Stephen King and all of his creations. We're doing horror movies tonight. We'll get to that in a second. But I did Dunkin' Donuts, which I don't like the coffee from the locations. In fact, I had Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast. Let me tell you, I was pretty pissed.
Oh.
So I go and I order a black coffee.
Okay.
And I did French vanilla shot. I figured I would do my creamer and sugar at home. Still came out like crap. I'm still experimenting with how to get their coffee to taste good. I've tried their mixes. I've tried mixing it myself at locations. I don't like Dunkin' Donuts coffee. But I ordered 2 Boston cream donuts. I get home, and one donut is on top of the other.
Okay.
The one on the bottom is chocolate side down in the bag. So you pull it out, and literally all the chocolate pulled off onto the bottom of the fucking bag.
That would ruin my whole day.
I was pretty upset.
Having a ruined donut is just a bad day.
Yeah. So this will be my second Dunkin' Donuts today. This one is their hazelnut creamer, which I tried black and I did not like.
In a K-Cup.
Yes, in a K-Cup. And we're going to try it. This has French vanilla cream now and sugar. I still don't like that.
Okay.
And I like hazelnut. That actually used to be my creamer before French vanilla.
Oh, yeah, you used to do that.
Yeah. So, I'm not a fan of that.
Not a fan of that.
It's got a little bit of the chemical taste that you get from like these flavored coffee grounds and flavored coffees. I'm noticing that, but it's not as strong as some of the other ones we've done.
Mm-hmm.
As for Justin's.
As for mine, it's a superfoods black tea that has energy in it.
From Bear Organics.
From Bear Organics. And I was like, oh, I need a little bit of sugar. And I was like, I could do a lemon black tea.
You decided to play Mad Scientist.
And I did. With a rock star. Wait,
so yeah, this was a K-Cup that he did.
This was a K-Cup of that, and I was like, ooh, that's too strong, need some sugar, and I just added some lemonade to it. Doesn't have any sugar in it. Well, a lot of sugar. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. 2 grams, so it made it better without much sugar.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
How do I know if we have people watching on this? What does it show
I have
me?
to hit this button, and then it'll show right down here.
Okay.
There you go.
Yay, okay. Oh, nope.
Get out of here, stalker.
Not now. We will update when we're done.
We will update when I feel like it. But doing that made it 40 times better.
Yeah.
I love that black tea with the nice lemon kick on the end.
I tried it. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Now, so while we're yelling at Twitch and streaming and whatnot, I streamed for the first time in a while and probably like the second or third time ever. I did about an hour and a half of Outer Worlds doing my genocide run, and you can literally kill everyone. In fact, I took out your first 2 companions because they were not ready to be companions with me killing the whole town. And then I ended the stream, and my video went bye-bye because Twitch did not save it at all, and I cannot figure out why.
I'll look into my little settings and figure it out.
We'll play with it some other time, but for anyone that's on Xbox, I don't understand why I can't get Twitch to save my videos. It makes no sense.
It does not make any sense. So a little bit of an ad run real quick. Boom. So Geek Grind right above me.
Right above him.
We have a link down in our description that basically allows us to get a little bit of a kickback when you purchase anything for Geek Grind. Geek Grind has a new coffee called Witch's Brew.
We're gonna order it.
It looks like it's going to be a good set. And it's also a limited time.
Yeah.
It says a limited run micro lot blend. But another thing is if you use our link and you want to get a free ceramic coffee mug or t-shirt, buy 2 bags, use code FREESWAG, And make sure you have it all in the cart before using the coupon. Easy peasy.
And to be clear on the Witch's Brew, that is a pre-order. They won't ship until October 1st.
Yes.
So, and they've got plenty of stuff. We've tried several on here. We've got a couple more we're going to try. We'll try that one when it comes out, and we'll let you guys know what we think. I love the bag.
Meow.
The cat looks a little bit like Burton.
A little bit.
The cheeks aren't big enough.
No.
He got big-ass cheeks. He's got Sylvester cheeks.
He does.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like the bag. I think it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren's really excited to try it.
Good. Boom.
I have a cauldron cup we can drink it out of.
Oh, that's right, you do.
We got all kinds of mugs.
And then last week's movies.
So, we did Guillermo del Toro.
We did Guillermo del Toro.
We did The Devil's Backbone. And so this was something I was going to save until you had watched it, but Lauren came out and spoiled it early on. He looks at this as the older brother to Pan's Labyrinth's younger sister.
Okay, I didn't catch what she said, so if it makes you feel better, I didn't.
Okay. But I totally get that feeling. So Devil's Backbone, it's set during the Spanish Civil War. And it's about these like orphans at a school that's possibly haunted. What'd you think?
It was pretty good.
I liked it.
It had a very interesting character arc between all the characters. It made me interested in all of the characters. It didn't have any of those that I was just like, I could take or leave them.
Mhm.
You know, like, oh, their story was not great. Every single one of them was like interesting. The principal, the doctor, the groundskeeper, the groundskeeper girlfriend.
And no, it's not Groundskeeper Willie.
No.
Or Hagrid. I'm out of groundskeepers.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah, no, it did well with keeping it invested in all the characters. The ghost was done well.
The ghost was done pretty
And
well.
The ghost is inspired by things like Ringu and Ju-on.
Yeah, I would say so.
No, that's what Del Toro said.
Oh.
He likes the white-faced ghosts of Japan.
Oh.
And that's where the inspiration for his ghost came from. So 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, 78 Metacritic, 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 86 from Google users. Where do you put it?
I'll put it with the 86. Like, it's really good. It is a good horror film, I will call it. The only downside is with it didn't really have very big, climax.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good climax. It just, up and over the hill, that was it.
Yeah, I think the real story here was supposed to be more that the living can be the scarier thing.
Oh, yeah.
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 And a lot of it was supposed to be a commentary on the war. He was affected a lot by the war. His grandfather died from the war. He says his grandfather visited him as a ghost when he was a kid, and that inspired this a lot. And the second movie also has a lot to do with the Civil War. So.
It does. But to end my thought on Devil's Backbone was I started off with the whole thing of it gave me a feeling of, oh man, there's a film that's clicking in my mind about the Vietnam War, about a kid who loses his parents and kind of gets pulled into just area after area. Sunrise Over. I'm not sure either. But even still, it kind of gave me that feeling of, kid loses their parents and they're kind of pulled into something that they're not comfortable with at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sorry, it was like a tickle.
That's fine. And they become a harder, more grizzled individual. But
Gotcha. Yeah, a bit of that. Yeah, he's definitely the main character is definitely forced to grow up very quickly.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed the movie though. I'm probably gonna put it closer to a 90%. And then moving on over to Pan's Labyrinth.
Now this one just had amazing visuals.
Yeah.
You do not get these kind of visuals in today's time.
Now I had messed up. I had said that Guillermo had won 2 Oscars for this. I was wrong. This movie won 3 Oscars. None of them were Guillermo's though. They were other people on the film.
Kind of.
Yeah, he wouldn't win an Oscar until Shape of Water. So.
God, really?
Mm-hmm. Shape of Water was his first and so far only Oscar.
Yikes! But this is an amazing movie. It is horror done in a way that it still showcases that humans are still the bastards that they are.
Yeah.
but at the same time, you have what a living condition can be, you have what a living condition should be, and then you have what a liar can tell you a living situation can be.
Mm-hmm.
And this hits all three notes at the same exact time.
Yeah.
Because you have the girl who just wants to run away all the time because, that's what her fantasies do.
And escaping her real life situations too.
Yeah. And then she finds a cure for something, and it's the
Mandrake.
A little bit of spoilers. The mandrake root that kind of says, put it in water, a couple drops of blood, it'll help. And it did. And then when she doesn't follow what she's supposed to do to help, the fawn goes, all right, well, fuck you too. Can't help you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sucks.
That's another one that comments on the war, because this is actually at the end of the war. The war's over, and it's dealing with the final people that are trying to be a resistance in the woods and stuff.
Mm.
The effects are absolutely amazing. Doug Jones worked his ass off for this. So he's two characters in this. He's the fawn and he's the pale man. Pale man, he had to look through the nostril holes to be able to see.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's why he kept doing that.
Yeah. And then for the fawn, he doesn't speak Spanish. The only bilingual person on set was Guillermo. He learned all of his lines in Spanish and had to learn the little girl's lines so that he would know when to deliver his lines. Did all that, and then they still dubbed over him because they needed someone that spoke it a little bit better. But Doug worked his ass off for this film.
Yeah, I would say so. He is a very interesting individual.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what has he done lately?
He's done all kinds of stuff.
Because I know that, he's anything that is tall, lanky, and
lots of prosthetics.
That is what he do.
Yeah, so he does Abraham in Hellboy 1 and 2. He's the fish man, amphibian man, whatever, in Shape of Water. But he's done a lot of Guillermo projects.
Mm-hmm. What is this? Zero Dawn of
the... They actually
this
say
is a lot of weird names.
The Devil's Backbone is the only movie to not have either Doug or Ron when it comes to Guillermo. Because Ron was actually in Guillermo's first movie. Before Devil's Backbone. And then Doug's been in a bunch, Ron's been in a bunch, they've been in a bunch together. But Devil's Backbone's the only one they're not both in. Or one or the other in, I mean.
Yeah, he's done a lot of things.
And it's not all just
Han Solo.
Smuggler's Trade video short. It looks like it's probably a fan-made thing. He's done plenty of fan stuff. He's in Nuka Rush, the fan-made Fallout show.
Is he really?
Yep. He plays the mayor of a town. No crazy prosthetics or anything. Just a really big top hat.
You showed me that.
He's in episode of Criminal Minds. He just plays some like crazed junkie.
And he's officer in Sons of Anarchy. He's just all over.
Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
He's talented on many levels.
Oh yeah.
He says he actually tweeted just the other day talking about the fact that it's still weird to him seeing himself on TV.
Yeah.
He's like, I still can't believe I'm on TV.
Yeah, like you gotta figure if you're gonna like one of these days we're probably gonna turn on the TV, see like this or similar to this.
I mean, we could do that if we just went downstairs and replayed it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we do that and we're just gonna be like,
oh, that's what I look like. That's what I sound like. Fuck.
Damn. But yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, he's got a huge acting career.
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll keep going because.
Yeah, he's in Doom with The Rock.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah,
that's right. The weird the
all
creepo.
Four of the he plays all four of the. I don't remember what they're called.
Is he the
monsters?
Is he the creepo? The one that's like the one that was wearing the Hawaiian shirt at the very beginning?
No. He's one of the monsters.
I know he's one of the monsters, but
he doesn't play a human in it.
Okay.
He plays the four versions of the monster that we get.
The imp.
Because the imp, yeah. And then he also did choreography or something like that for the ballerinas that had to play some of the other characters.
Okay.
So he's talented on many levels. Pan's Labyrinth, though, I mean, what do you think? Where were you?
Pan's Labyrinth is an amazing film. I will never call it a bad film. Like, Pan's is probably a little bit higher than Devil's Backbone. Mm-hmm. It is a very good telling of a story that, as bad as the ending is, I
don't even think the ending's bad. It's a sad ending.
It's a sad ending, but at the same time, I feel like it could have given a little more. It could have given us a little bit more, at least.
I think it really comes down to seeing the fawn in that final scene would have made the ending worth it.
Oh, the with the chairs and all that.
No.
Wait,
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, I'm trying to remember which scene.
When she's at the opening that leads down to the fawn statue, right?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
if the fawn had been there, that would have made the ending better.
Yeah, but so that way the other people could see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would have made it all worth it.
That would have made it all worth it.
This one also is going to hit the 90s. It'll hit higher for me.
Yeah, this one, even with everybody else. Like, I'm going to go to Metacritic real quick.
98, Meta, 95.
87 from users.
Yeah.
How strange. Usually,
I mean, even Google users gave this in the 90s.
Yeah. I kind of want to see what's in the negative on this.
It's probably going to be someone that didn't understand it, you know?
Yeah.
Or someone that's like, I don't speak Spanish.
A highly overrated film fails at almost every level. No. It's as fantasy it is not for kids. Okay, punctuation, friend. Nor adults. The violence and brutality is sadistic.
It's a movie about war. What the fuck did you expect?
So you want a fantasy movie that doesn't delve into any sort of bad?
Like, I'm trying to even think of kid ones. Like, Five Goes West still has bad. I mean, Troll in Central Park, there's still an antagonist.
Rescuers Down Under has a literal poacher.
Rescuers Down Under sucked.
I like Down Under.
I like the original better.
Okay, we can agree to disagree. That's fine. I prefer Down Under just because that. Well, okay. To be fair, that was the first one I saw.
Down Under, that makes sense. What about the Five Goes West movies? I didn't like either one of them. I understand why they're important.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was bored. Yeah,
the music was the only thing that kind of latched onto me. Yeah. But other than that, I don't remember Goes West. I don't remember the OG Five-O.
It's been a while. American Tail is the original. Goes West is the sequel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be about being an immigrant coming over in those times.
And then Going West is supposed to be them going into Colorado, Nevada.
Yeah.
During the gold rush.
So now this guy's saying it's not for kids. He's right. And they actually had to go through and put signs up in Mexico and actually put it in the paper in Spain that this is not something to bring your kids to. It was never meant to be something to bring your kids to because people were bringing their kids and then people were getting shot and shit. So they're like, oh my God.
Now, okay. And he also
but adults?
Nor adults.
Fuck off.
Yeah. And
adults are allowed to have fun and see fanciful things.
Also, this line right here. The special effects / makeup of the fantasy characters are amateurish at best. Hello?
What the fuck? This is a troll.
This is a troll.
100% a troll.
Like, don't waste your money. Don't even see it when it comes out on DVD. Well, sucks to be you. We bought it. Digitally?
No, this is on Netflix.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I watched it on Netflix.
And I'm glad it's on Netflix. Because
let me put it this way. I'm dyslexic.
Yeah.
I don't read subtitles very fast. I love this movie and we'll rewatch this movie.
Okay. I'm going to read another one real quick. Not that bad, but we'll give it a 0.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Just because of how overhyped it is. It's fooling future viewers. Depressive, and if it's their thing, you're going to love it. For me, it was mostly about predictable, transparent shock value. And as someone else said, these annoying cliches. Only one... So wait... You're saying these annoying cliches. This movie was, what, 2002? 2006.
Yeah.
Okay, so in 2006, would you say there were a lot of cliches that this movie had?
No, I mean, we hadn't even seen anything that had really done this when it came to, putting the fantasy tied in with the war and
the effects and whatnot. You maybe had a little bit of Hook, maybe, if you want to stretch that far.
But I mean, Hook is still just...
It's technically set at the end of World War II?
I have no idea when Hook's set, but I mean, either way, it's not about the war. It's more about losing the child, the good child side of yourself as you grow up.
Right, but it's taken place then. So that way, keep your mind off of it. Just remember you can keep flying kind of thing. But that, of course, that's overshadowed by the entire movie. Mm-hmm. But... You're telling me number 1 best movie of 2006, number 1 best discussed movie of 2006,
3 Oscars.
3 Oscars, and you're gonna be like, of how overhyped this movie is. How do you overhype it?
Now, I think one of the problems that I could see people not liking about this movie is what Lauren misunderstood going in. She heard Pan's Labyrinth, and I told her it was dark, it's not for kids, yada, yada, yada. She was prepared for all that. But she was thinking, David Bowie, everything is going to be in a labyrinth.
Oh, no.
Nothing about this movie tells you it's not going to do that.
The bog of unbearable stench.
This person, what I got was, well, not even the bug, not those jokes and stuff.
I was just being a meme.
I'm just saying, she thought it was going to take place in the labyrinth.
Yeah.
Not, we're going to see parts of the labyrinth, stuff like that. But this guy, what I got was 90% Spanish Civil War film and 10% fantasy film. That's the point.
Yeah, I was in the mood for a fantasy film, though.
So, because you went into this with the wrong mood because you didn't make sure you knew what you were watching, that's the movie's fault? Fuck off.
Call me an idiot if you must,
You're
but I'm just human. I wasn't ready for it. There are times when I want to see a war film, and there's times when I really don't.
Okay, so then go and rewatch it when you're in the fucking mood for it. You not... That's like saying, oh, hey, I had just eaten something really big and then went on a roller coaster. It's that roller coaster's fault.
Yeah.
No, you fucking ate before going on the roller coaster. Fuck off.
Half.
What is that?
Distinct lack of Bowie's crotch.
And Pan's Labyrinth, yeah. So we got Socks in the chat. You're right. There is a distinct lack of his crotch in this. And that I will forgive.
Dance, magic, dance.
Purely because we at least got, eyeball hands.
Yeah.
So Guillermo watched this movie with Stephen King sitting next to him.
Okay.
And says that King tightened up and squirmed watching the Pale Man chase her. The way the Pale Man was moving.
Oh.
And the way he did the steps.
Amazing.
And the hands. It made King just squirm. And Del Toro says, that's my Oscar.
That's fine. That I would count as an Oscar.
Yeah.
Sure, I would like the Oscar.
Oh, of course.
But I mean, if you have something that literally makes you feel uncomfortable, to make someone who is the master of uncomfortability go, ugh, that's good. That's good. You did it. Because I will admit, that scene, it always makes me never look away.
Yeah.
It's so well done.
Mm-hmm.
When he's got the eyes on the plate, and he's just stoic, easy, doesn't move. And then all of a sudden she eats the grape and just the fingers come to life. And then the nails across the board. It's the subtleties. Then it builds into the character finally, popping in the eyes. And then the very infamous, the opening of the long fingers. And it just feels so strong.
And everything about the effects in that is done great. And here's a special effects / spoiler thing. So slight little spoiler. When he grabs the fairies and bites into them, he's biting into fake blood-filled condoms. That's how they did that effect. And
that's kind of cool, actually.
The fairies over it. So, I mean, great.
Yeah.
Fuck off, you people.
Yeah, all these zeros, I hate all of you.
All these zeros didn't like it because it's not.
This is definitely in my top 10 worst films of all time. Mediocre, acting at best, horribly graphic and violent. Leave the kids at home. So you're giving it
mediocre acting at best, horribly graphic, yes. And violent, and not even horribly, but graphic, yes, and violent, yes. Leave the kids at home, yes. It's not a children's film.
I'm trying to depict on mediocre acting. I don't.
No one was mediocre in the film.
I would say the woman that was playing the spy. She could have performed a little bit better.
Excuse me, sorry. I still enjoyed her.
Yeah, oh yeah, but up until the point when she finally, did her little. Not spoiling too much, but when she finally stood up for herself, that's when I was like, okay, she got chops, but it took her that long to do something, and I was like, the guy that was beaten to a pulp and then some, he was acting his fucking heart out. I know that guy wasn't going to get anything for it, but he was acting his fucking heart out.
So I just double checked, the tablet isn't connected to the internet, right? So I had to do it on my phone, but I just double checked. It's an R rating. It's rated R.
So
why do you all think I should take my kids this? These are the people that took their kids to fucking Deadpool and were shocked.
Yeah.
I mean,
your mom took you to Scream.
Yes, but my mother knew what she was doing.
Okay.
She wasn't mad at the movie for it.
No.
If anything happened to me or happened to her because of it, she would have accepted it as her fault.
I'm going to read one more of these and we'll keep going. But stay away from this film unless you want to see pointless violence, a vapid heroine, two-dimensional characters, and boring seen-it-before art direction. What the fuck did you see before?
Right? And the people that keep saying pointless violence, unneeded horror, unneeded violence, you don't understand that this movie is condemning war. Like, he's speaking out against the Civil War and what it did to people. With both his movies.
I really want to delete some of these. I want to
hack the system, delete all their reviews. It's funny, 145 negative reviews from the users. Not a single negative review from the critics.
How strange. Well, but then again, let's see when all these were. I'm just gonna quickly just look at dates.
But most of those were 2007, beginning of 2007, so it was right when the movie came out. Because the movie came out at the end of 2008.
Oh, it doesn't show dates, but even still, hundreds. Like, look at this.
I mean, even with an 80. 80 is good. And that's probably someone that, got squeamish because of blood or something.
Yeah. And actually, let's take a quick peek. Where was an 80? 88. 80. Here we go. There's plenty of blood, both literal and figurative, coursing through the veins of Pan's Labyrinth. Originally imagined and exquisitely violent fantasy from writer-director Guillermo del Toro. Great. There's nothing more, and there's plenty of blood, both literal and figurative. You can feel his writing of but even still, 8 out of 10. That's fair.
I find the way he writes movies very interesting. He had big books and notes and just stuff everywhere, like this entire thing to do it. And he originally thought this movie was lost when he left a big chunk of that in the back of a taxi. And the taxi driver apparently went way out of their way to bring it back to him because they found it and felt it was important.
Yeah, and
he spends years working on his movies before he actually makes them.
And then once again, just none of these are yellow or red. I will make that well fucking known, and I'm glad.
Okay, I'm curious. Let's switch over to Rotten Tomatoes real quick. Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes users thought, because we saw what the critics thought. Because we're at 95 from critics, 91 from users. Okay. So Metacritic is just a bunch of whiny bitches.
Yeah. 95 certified fresh.
I don't like that poster. The other poster's better.
Bewitchingly Bonkers. Cool. I mean, that's a good...
Bewitchingly Bonkers is a good one. Yeah. Okay,
it's less of a labyrinth than a forest path, one that takes you through wonderful scenery but doesn't lead anywhere.
I mean, a lot of people, I guess, like I said, I could see them being like, whoa, it wasn't actually in a labyrinth.
Yeah. But you got to figure...
I mean, the labyrinth was more metaphorical.
Yeah, but you also have to figure Glorious Bastards did not circle around just the bastards.
Very true. In fact, a good chunk of what happens and goes down the way it does isn't even because of the bastards.
Yeah, no, it's because of the... Ophelia.
But those people would probably say that movie's aggressively violent.
Oh, I expect nothing less.
I mean, first of all, it's Tarantino. Second of all, it's a fucking war movie.
And third of all, I need me my 100 scalps.
100 Nazi scalps. Yeah, I don't like that poster as much as the one that they're using normally, which is basically what the video is.
Oh, I like that. Give me that poster.
That'd be a good poster.
Yeah. But overall, 2 good movies, and tonight's movies.
So, I was shocked to find out you have never seen the George A. Romero zombie films. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, and then he reboots it as Diary of the Dead and Survival of the Dead. And he was going to go a little further, and then he died. His next one was supposed to be very much Mad Max meets zombies.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wish he had gotten to do it. But we got the book. I'm about halfway through. No, not even halfway through the book. The book's been good so far.
Okay. But I'm on the other side of Romero's, where I'm on the John Romero side.
Yeah, okay, see, George A. Romero, every time you say Romero and you're talking about things he's done, my mind goes to George A. Romero. I'm like, he's dead. What the fuck are you talking about? And then I realize, John Romero. It's happened a couple times now.
Because John Romero, co-creator of Doom, co-creator of Hexen, Quake, helped out with Blood.
Mm-hmm.
I think he helped out with Blood.
Something about that name.
Daikatana.
That's it. I'm changing my name to Romero, and then I will be able to make masterful things.
I mean, yeah, why not? I've never been disappointed with either Romero. I'm sure. Like if I watch these, I'm pretty sure because I know you've mentioned that it's a good movie,
Yeah.
and you mentioned that a lot of people like this movie. So I'm pretty sure that it'll have the same feeling. But I'm curious on what John.
Interesting thing while we're talking about last names. Did you know most of the Ramones were not born Ramon? It was a rule that you changed your name when you joined the band. Not everybody did it, but the original members did. Because there was originally just two brothers. Their last name was Ramon. And the band's name was Ramon, so it made sense that everyone's last name was Ramon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Wolfenstein
I like
3D.
his hair.
His hair?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
good.
That's one of his motifs.
Mine's all
out. He's got the waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he helped out with Hexen, Doom 2, Quake. He is in Doom 2 in the Idol of Sin. You have to shoot into the forehead. If you no clip in there, it's John Romero's head on a stick.
I thought that was Doom 1.
Nope, Doom 2.
Oh. It's been too long.
It has been a while. But he has been his hands in a lot of things in the mid-90s. Daikatana is probably his weakest point.
Is that like one of those moments of that's saying something because it's still great?
No.
Oh.
The entire first 2 hours of Daikatana, both on the N64 PC and the Game Boy Color, are all slogs.
Okay.
You have to make
Daikatana or the David Bowie video game?
There's a David Bowie video game?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I know what you're talking about. David Bowie video game. Because at least that's playable.
Gotcha.
As weird as the controls are, I'd still fuck with the David Bowie.
Gotcha. I don't remember the name of the game.
Motherfucker.
I broke him. See if I can't get this connected to the internet so that we don't.
Omicron, Nomad Soul.
There we go.
Yeah. IDOS signed a lot of bad games. Because they also signed Daikatana.
Did they really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's funny that I picked those two then. So yeah, John Romero, video game guy, not George A. Romero, zombie guy.
Yeah.
Although if you want to pull up a photo of George A. Romero, he's known for his glasses and he's known for the like pocketed vests that he would wear.
Or if you are familiar with Nazi zombies, he is a part of the. What is that map called? He was in the.
I think it's Call of the Dead.
Call of the Dead. That's it.
Yeah, it's him. It's Roker. It's Machete. Robert Englund and Sarah Michelle Gellar. He's the boss type thing. You keep repeatedly fighting. Yeah, Call of the Dead. He was making a zombie movie, and Zombies Attack was the concept. I love it.
And I mean, the poster of it actually makes it look really nice.
Like I would watch that movie.
It would make a really good.
You have to click like 80 times to get the damn photo.
Like you even got George Romero in a zombie face up front.
So I've got a lot of knowledge about the George Romero universe. I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of it here. We won't go too hard.
Okay.
So the first movie comes out. He was going to school in Pittsburgh, I think. It was either Pittsburgh or Philadelphia. I think it was Pittsburgh. He actually, the first time he ever directed, it was an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Really?
Yes, he worked on the show, and Rogers was super nice to him. And basically, if you lived out there and you're going to school out there and you're trying to do film, Rogers gave you your start. He started so many people because he would let them direct episodes or write a little bit or work cameras or work lighting. Rogers fucking got everyone their start, basically.
I guess everyone wanted to be his neighbor.
So and his episode was basically a horror episode because it was the episode where Mr. Rogers has to get his tonsils taken out. So
okay.
He goes on to make Night of the Living Dead, zombie movie, black and white.
Yep.
They make it. They literally throw it in the back of the trunk, and they go and they take it to the film festival. Now, it's known for speaking out about the fact that, the main character is black, and there's a whole bunch of stuff with that. He says, he's completely honest. He's like, I know that our movie made, sent a message and stood out and meant a lot to people. We weren't thinking of that when we made it. We hired him because he was the best actor out of our friends, not because he was black. He was the only person that was concerned about the fact that he was black in the movie. He was like, I don't know if people are going to come see it. I'm black. later on, Romero's movies do start sending messages. Dawn of the Dead, it does have a whole message about, consumerism and shopping and whatnot.
Technology bad, herder.
Actually, that's more Survival of the Dead, but or not Survival, Diary. The movies are made 10 years apart, the first two,
Okay.
due to financial issues,
Okay.
and due to a falling out between him and one of the other guys he worked on it. Who the other guy goes on to make Return of the Living Dead.
That's
So
right.
he gets the Living Dead part of the title,
The
and he
living.
gets the night, dawn, day,
So on.
so on.
Of the dead.
Yeah. His friend, who wanted to go in a different way, calls his movie out in his first movie. Yeah. That being said, Return of the Living Dead's fun. The sequels are shit.
Okay.
That's where zombies saying brains come from, and that's where the first time you ever see fast-running zombies is Return of the Living Dead. Romero hates fast zombies. Says their ankles would break because they're dead.
The only way I'll take it is Rage Virus.
Yeah. My whole thought process is before rigor mortis sets in.
Yeah, oh yeah. But even still, even when rigor mortis sets in, I want to say the Rage Virus because it's supposed to...
Well, with the Rage Virus, you're not necessarily dead.
Oh, no, you're dead.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you are brain dead.
Okay.
It is supposed to be all of your inhibitions disappear except for anger.
Yeah.
And your whole entire central nervous system shuts down.
Mhm.
Your whole body is dead tissue. But the only thing of it doing what it does to keep itself alive is the blood's boiling.
Gotcha.
So when the blood's boiling, it's still kind of keeping the legs working or the arms, whatever.
Mhm.
And they don't eat people.
They
just
just beat the shit out of them.
They beat the shit out of them, and
You're talking 28 weeks and... Is it 28?
28 days, 28
20.
weeks, 20 months.
Yeah, 28 days, 28 weeks. I don't think I've seen months.
Months is straight to DVD garbage.
Oh, okay.
Days
But you're
and
talking
weeks-
kind of like that concept of
like
Rage Virus. Yeah.
there were some where if you got the blood in one of your orifices,
Yeah, it was
that-
the first one. It's the guy that plays
the old gentleman.
Yeah. He's in Harry Potter 4.
Yeah,
Mad-Eye Moody.
yeah,
And the bloodlines in his eye, which is fucking hilarious.
yeah. It's like he looks up at a crow who's calling, and he's just like, "Oh, fuck!"
And it almost turns immediately.
Yeah,
So, with Romero zombies, if you die...
Rage Virus Karens. Yeah, the Karens are coming.
With Romero zombies, if you die, you'll become one.
Yeah.
If you get bit by one, you'll
become one.
eventually become one.
Yes.
However, his zombies show a level of remembrance and intelligence. They kind of harken back to things from life. You see it more in the later films. You see it in the second film, but you see it more in Land. Land kind of focuses on it a lot. We won't watch all 4 tonight. We're going to watch the first 2. We're going to watch Night of the Living Dead, and we're going to watch Dawn of the Dead. Now, there's an interesting thing. There's an Italian movie called Zombie, or Zombie 2.
With that ends in just straight I. I recall that.
It's the one where... No, the I is the video game.
Oh.
Zombie or Zombie 2 is the one where the zombie fights the shark in the water. Not in like a weird campy way. There's a zombie that's underwater and a shark's trying to eat it. And the zombie's kind of...
Okay.
So it's an Italian film, and it's called Zombie here, but over there it's called Zombie 2. And the weird reasoning is Dario Argento, a famous Italian director, Suspiria, stuff like that, helped him get funding for Dawn of the Dead because they couldn't get the funding for it. With the rule that Argento would get to do the film score for the Italian version, and he used his band Goblin, and that Argento could take it and sell it in Italy. And so he did. Italy's got a weird rule where you're basically allowed to make sequels to movies that aren't yours. And so Zombie 2, Lucio Fulci's Zombie, is a sequel to Dawn of the Dead without actually being a sequel to Dawn of the Dead.
I still kind of want to watch this. I never saw it.
A lot of people didn't like it. I still eventually want to watch it too.
Yeah, because I mean,
this is the comedy.
It's Bill Murray.
It's a lot of good actors. And speaking of Bill Murray,
Oh yeah.
So we'll watch the first 2 today. Understand that while made 10 years apart, they are supposed to happen within like 3 weeks of each other.
Okay.
And we'll see how you think. Moving on to news, I actually have Guillermo news.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he's been working on trying to get a claymation Pinocchio movie made. Yeah.
Okay. Like
So-
Disney backed?
No.
Oh.
The original, using like the rights from the original story type of thing.
Okay. Just trying to clarify.
Yeah.
That's all.
So let me find right here. So it'll be on Netflix. It's going to be claymation on Netflix, set during the rise of fascism in Mussolini, Italy. Actually, it says stop motion, so it may not be. With stop motion, I assume it's going to be claymation.
I mean, most of it is clay.
Yeah. Some of it'll probably be art.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor will voice the Cricket, who is just being called the Cricket.
No Jiminy.
David Bradley will be Geppetto. He's from Game of Thrones. Tilda Swinton is in it. The rest of the cast, starting with Tilda Swinton, I don't actually have they didn't have their roles announced, just that they're in it. So Tilda Swinton, Christoph Waltz, Finn Wolford, Kate Blanchett, John Turturro, Ron Perlman, and Tim Blake Nelson, and Bern Gorman.
Ron says yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's Gilmore. They're friends. They enjoy working with each other. So, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I'd like to see kind of a
darker take on.
Yeah, and it's not even because there's been the horror movie Pinocchio, but instead of Pinocchio being the dark part, the world's the dark part, which you get a little bit of with the island in the Disney Pinocchio and the weird man-sized cat.
I mean, you still get the dark with the Disney.
Yeah, I mean, a man does get eaten by a whale.
A man gets eaten by a whale. The drug use. Yeah, I mean, the alcohol and the alcoholism. The literal child trafficking that was kind of made to sound better than it actually was.
Yeah, they were turning into donkeys and they were being sold.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah. I don't.
So,
but at the same time, I guess they had to fill for time, considering Pinocchio is a very short story.
Yeah.
There's 3
Man
acts.
makes wooden boy becomes real boy. The end.
Yeah, but then you got the other.
There's lying.
There's lying involved, and
you should not lie.
And you should not lie. You lied to me.
So I had a couple more television and movie-based things before we move into the games. What do you? Any of yours television and movie-based? Oh, right. What is that?
I wish to become a real boy, Papa.
I'm taking your internet rights away. All right, so Ben Affleck has confirmed that he is coming back for the Flash movie, as well as Michael Keaton. They're going to do Flashpoint.
Cool.
So there's also been rumors of Danny DeVito's Penguin, but that doesn't make sense to me.
So are we getting Danny DeVito's Penguin, but not with Danny DeVito?
No. There's been rumors Danny DeVito would be coming back to reprise his role as Penguin,
but in a movie that's not Batman.
No, in that Flash movie with the Flashpoint, and that's why we have Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. My issue is, spoilers, he died at the end of his movie.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And the Penguins carried him off to his watery grave. All right, next thing I got here is we are getting volume 2 to season 1 of Netflix's Unsolved Mysteries.
Cool. I heard it did well.
Yeah, I watched most of it. So there's only one episode I didn't watch, and it was the Italy one. And it's because I was doing paperwork, and so I was like, well, I can't read the subtitles and work. So we skipped the episode, but we're going to go back to it. Everyone says it's a fucked up episode, too. But what I saw of the show, I've watched everything else. It's great.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good, but I don't have Netflix, and I don't have the ability to want to watch it.
There is an Alien episode. So it's set for October 19th, just in time for Halloween.
Oh.
It'll bring 6 new episodes.
Cool.
Comedy Central has officially canceled Tosh.0.
Good.
Not due to any controversy or anything, but they're moving on. However, the show is being shopped around to other networks.
I like Tosh. I do. It's just
I lost interest a long time ago.
Same. It's like the first season, I'll say it, was really good, and then when it started into the end of first season, beginning of second season, I was just like, I'm over it.
The show came to be too much about how far can I push this? How controversial things can I say? And it's like,
you have South Park literally running right after you that's doing more.
Yeah, and I think that's where Comedy Central's really wanting to go. They're wanting to do more of the animation. They're seeing that, Fox held the animation hour for so long, doing so well. And
they did Drawn Together.
Mm-hmm.
They did Futurama for a short bit.
They did the Bring Back of Futurama, yeah.
They've had South Park since like 93.
Yeah, I mean, they did other things in the past. They did Little Bush and stuff like that. But now we're seeing all these things that are coming back to Comedy Central. We're getting the revive of Beavis and Butthead again. Wait, no.
MTV still has that, don't they?
Yeah, I think MTV still has it. But we're getting the Daria spinoff. And there's been a couple other animation things that have been announced.
I don't have any patience for any of these new animations.
I'm just saying, I think that's the direction Comedy Central is trying to go. I think animation is their new goal. Because, I mean, the other thing is, in COVID world, you can still make animated shows.
I get, yeah.
People just have to have a mic at home. People you trust with the scripts, record it, and the animator animates at home. And they slap it together and they send it in.
I guess.
So, that's about all I have for movies and TV, and there wasn't a lot jumping out at me. So I'm thinking we should use our tie-in of shoe news.
Up shoe news.
And Socks is here for it.
So Lando Calrissian.
And it's Billy D. Williams.
I like these shoes.
It's actually really interesting.
They match his style perfect.
Mm-hmm.
These are Adidas.
Yeah, these
Star Wars crossovers.
They're the Adidas NMD R1 V2.
Yeah, they look great. I would purchase these if they weren't as expensive as they are.
140 US is what they're looking at right now in Europe when they release on September 17th.
Yikes.
We don't have state dates yet, but we are supposed to get them eventually.
And September 17th, sorry, that's also at a time when I wouldn't have that money anyways, because literally the day after that is when the new D&D book comes out.
Oh, yeah.
So
let's click a couple more photos of these. I want to see what it says on the inside of the shoe. All right. There we go.
The brand with the 3 stripes, Die. It's something in German.
Oh, yeah,
and then
so it's just different languages. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it is that in 4 different languages.
Gotcha. Okay. Well.
Japanese, French, German or Dutch, and then English up top.
I do find this weird plastic thing on the side to be, weird.
This?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's an odd choice.
It is an odd choice.
I like the shoes. It's got Billy D's face right there on the tongue.
Star Wars in the sole.
Yeah, and it's the lace in Star Wars as well, which is pretty cool. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, it doesn't exactly look like Billy D. They probably changed it just enough that, they don't have to pay Billy D, but it's Billy D.
Well, I mean, the fact that I don't think that would be a problem because they actually use Star Wars.
I was wondering if there's like a likeness thing where it's like they have to.
I think it's just a style. Hold on, let me.
It looks a lot like them.
Yeah, I don't think there's that much of a difference behind it.
I blew your mind with the information about how he was supposed to be Two-Face.
Yeah, I would have actually liked that. Actually,
I would have liked it a lot too. I mean, not that I didn't enjoy Tommy Jones. You played a new game.
I played a new game, and
this is not the game, but
no, well, it kind of. It's
right
that one there. Yeah. So I went into this with terrible expectations.
Which is sometimes what you need.
Which I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was told that this game ran okay and, had just this. And I was like, fine. I got overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. I was playing on 2 skulls. And I guess it would be a normal. There was easy, normal, hard, very hard. And then, see up at the very top of this.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I played on 2 skulls. And I went with the medic route because that's how I play nowadays. I don't take away from that. And I was like, okay, so it's Left 4 Dead style, guns all over the place, zombies out there, but I was like, okay, let's go. As soon as we got to the first major intersection, anyone who made noise, it was a bad day.
Yeah.
I
like that there's a level of stealth to it. It's not just sit there and fight the hordes. Sometimes it's don't alert the hordes. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. See, and I was enjoying popping off. You play online, you're gonna get loud. That's the if and or but. You open up these crates and out pops golden weaponry, which you can has a very limited selection of ammunition. Mm-hmm. You can't pick up ammunition for it, but it's strong enough to do it. You'll have an anti-tank rifle, mm-hmm. like that right there. You shoot it at the ground, it just explodes because it's a 500 millimeter round.
Yeah,
you're going to have impact with it, and the guns feel just good. That super shotgun right there, it feels good. The bull, it's basically the Charger, but at the same time, feels better. I don't know why. This entire game just feels better. Now, I'm not gonna say I didn't fall into any bugs. I fell into a couple bugs. During that mall scene you just saw, I fell through the second floor to first floor, and I got stuck behind a wall.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah, I got stuck, but
Flipped through the world a bit.
and I couldn't shoot out of it, so I couldn't help the problem, and I was just like, okay, well, I can't do anything here. I gotta leave the game. I enjoyed looking at that. The whole thing of them coming in, and I was like, shit. And then when they were climbing on each other to get up and above, and I was like, okay, all right, this is just like the movie that I didn't really like.
So now here's the interesting thing. The movie's based off a book.
Yeah.
The book does not happen to just one fucking person. It's several journal entries.
But
for the movie, they went,
around.
it's all happening to Brad Pitt.
It's Brad Pitt. We need to pay him.
Yeah, I didn't watch the movie.
I did.
Not good.
It was okay.
I watched the South Park episode that made fun of it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh, Cartman's freaking out about something. I don't remember what it was.
Oh.
I think it might be black people, honestly. And he's freaking out and causes multiple planes to crash because of it, but always survives the plane crash.
Okay.
It's Cartman being evil as usual.
But I will say this, it was fun. If you have Game Pass, I recommend it. The only downside is if you're going to play online, be prepared to go loud. Don't expect to have everything go easy for you.
Well, you're going to have people that don't care about that. They just want to
shoot.
Shoot.
And that, I mean, to be fair, that is how you level up your guns.
Yeah.
So level up guns or get experience for your class.
So here's the interesting thing. We mentioned a little bit about the sound and the fact that they're stealth. I'm reading that Romero book, and this is the first time we've ever, in Romero's universe, there's a couple of parts in the book where you're seeing through the zombies' eyes. Getting to know what things are like for them.
Okay.
Because his zombies almost immediately start to get cataracts. The eyesight starts to go real bad.
Oh, yeah.
But they can still hear and they can still see shapes and whatnot. And it just refers to the others as the fast ones. Because it kind of has reminiscence of, being alive and the other things and whatnot.
Huh.
And basically it talks about the fact that your hearing still isn't all that great. But the fast ones are just so loud it doesn't matter. Because they'll shoot, they'll scream, they'll slam doors, they'll run. They just do all this loud stuff so that it doesn't actually matter that your hearing's gone down. Because they're just so loud.
It's an ebook, or do you have the physical?
I have the Audible version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, yo,
it's good book. It's long. The Audible version's like 27 hours or something like that. 28 hours. It's a big book.
It's a tome.
Yeah, he wrote 3/4 of it before dying, and then this guy picked it up and finished it. And like I said, it calls everybody out. It's calling everybody on all their shit.
Okay.
Because that's what Romero does.
But as said, if you have Game Pass, I recommend it. It's a good fun. It's only 10 gigs. Like, it's not that big of a game, and things look pretty.
It just got DLCs now too.
It just got. Did it just get them, or did it just go on sale?
They just went on sale. I think they've been out for a little bit.
Okay.
But while we're talking about Game Pass, I have the upcoming Game Pass games.
Hit me.
September 7th, Resident Evil Biohazard. So the newest Resident Evil, chronologically, will be hitting both PC and console. That's Resident Evil 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then Wastelands 3 is supposed to hit August 28th, which I thought we already had.
Yeah.
So I thought that was weird that was on the list, because I could have sworn we already had it. But I'm wondering if we had the working beta or something.
Either that or the games with gold.
Maybe that's what it was. Battletoads hits today. It's on console and PC as of today. Battletoads, the new one.
I hate to tell you this, I already downloaded it.
There was a pre-download.
Oh.
But the game is available today.
Oh. Yeah. I was like, I already got it.
The Microsoft ones, the ones that are actually owned by Microsoft, before they come out, you can preload them into your game.
Oh.
There he is. That's what I was talking about. Battletoads is in. Rash is available right there. You can find him floating in some water in the Grounded game, because that's made by Rare's also. Microsoft Flight Simulator is available now on PC. So if you want to get into some flying, touring the world, something like that.
I would like for the new one, correct? The new one. I would like for it to be known it is 120 gigabytes.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. From what I understand, it's multiple discs when you buy it physical.
Yeah, it is not. It is big.
But you can fly the entire world.
You can fly the entire world.
Legitimate. The
Yeah.
entire world.
Yes.
It's a very big game.
It is a huge game. I had a friend from another Discord server playing it, and I said, fly over the Las Vegas Strip. It had Planet Hollywood. It had the O. It had.
I was gonna say Sock should come visit us.
Right?
Come fly over.
All right. But it was pretty good.
Yeah, I hear it's a beautiful game, huge game, very relaxing if you can just get the plane flying itself. Darksiders. What was it? Genesis. Just hit PC today. Spiritfarer. This is the one you and Sox had talked a lot about when it first came out. Just hit console and PC.
No, wait. Is that on Game Pass?
Yeah. Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
Okay.
Crusader Kings 3 will hit on September 1st for PC. Crossing Souls hit today on PC.
Yeah.
Hypnospace Outlaw August 27th, console and PC. The new Super Lucky's Tale, which is a terrible name for that game because it's a legitimate name. It is New Super Lucky's Tale.
New Super Lucky's Tale.
August 21st, so that's tomorrow on PC and console. Tell me why August 27th on console and PC.
I will not be playing that.
Don't Starve Giant Edition is available today on console and PC. Now, I have Don't Starve.
I didn't like it when it was the Don't Starve Together and all that, but I might hop back into Don't Starve with the Giant Edition.
I think the one I have is Together. I have regular and Together on computer, but I think I have Together on console. I might be Giant Edition though. And then
Giant Edition is the new DLC that involves big things.
Yeah. And then Double Kick Heroes, August 28th on console and PC.
So we've talked about Spiritfarer before.
Yeah.
And
I remember Sox was very excited for this one.
Yes. She's digging into it and she is melting down. Mm-hmm. She is not. She's a fan of it, but because
it hits hard.
Oh, it is. It is literally the very first line of the Steam page that it says is Spiritfarer is a management system game about death.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not shying away from anything.
Yeah.
And
you're essentially the River Styx
the better variant of such, but yes.
You're like the friendly version. You're the happy sunny one.
Yes. But holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's playable now.
And then Flight Simulator. Oh no.
Yeah, so not like I said, a lot of those, they're September 1st, but it's a big haul of games.
Holy shit. Yeah. Let me pause right there.
So Wasteland 3, I'm telling you, it had to have been that there was some kind of beta early access or something. Because I swear that was there before.
Yeah. Double Kick Heroes I might look into because I've heard that's Double Dragon similar.
Gotcha.
What's this one? Hyperspace?
Yeah, I think so. Or Hyper.
Because that's the grapple hook one that I was looking at a while ago. Super Lucky's Tale is a nice little platformer.
New Super Lucky's Tale.
Super.
So I think that's a sequel. And New is actually part of like the graphic and everything. So they just named the game New.
Okay, but even still, it's a platformer.
Yeah.
I've heard about it. I heard it's not bad for children.
Bad naming.
Yeah, if you grew up in the N64 era where we were playing DK64, Mario 64, this is probably a
nice little nostalgia
thing. Bump up. I still recommend Hat in Time though.
Gotcha.
Don't Starve, meh. Battletoads, I mean, I'm hearing a lot of good stuff already.
Yeah, I'll probably play it. I just don't like the new art style.
And Spiritfarer, I'm ready to cry now that I got it. I didn't know I had it until today.
Yeah, you've got it now.
Cool.
So, while we're in the realm of free games, let's hit Epic's free games for this month. You have to download these games. This is the weird thing. You have to download them to get them. You don't keep them unless you actually download the game. After downloading it, you can uninstall it, and you're fine. But just claiming the free now button doesn't count. So it's Enter the Gungeon and God's Trigger. I have Enter the Gungeon through the Xbox. I don't know anything about God's Trigger though.
God's Trigger, me and Goon popped through. It's a twin stick shooter that is 2-player. It requires both players. You can play it single player. It's okay, but I recommend 2 players. One has this very short range sword, while the other one's got a longer range whip. Each one has their own abilities to go through certain set of walls. One has it to where you go through bars. The other one you get to go through pipes. I don't recall. But even still, it's light puzzles, but mostly quick, fast-paced shooting. You got to be on it because they will run.
Weird.
The story is basically the Four Horsemen of Hell basically just kicked over everything and said, well, you're an angel, you're a devil. I don't know why the hell you guys are working together, but I'd like to see you guys stop me from ruling the world. Bye.
That's actually kind of a cool story.
Yeah, it's simple. It's very simple. The very first one you run across is Pestilence, who kind of acts like a little punk ass, but in a good way to make you want to go and kick his ass. We didn't go any further, but from what we gathered, it seems like it's going to be a long game.
I'd like to see you guys play this one.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to watch a stream on that.
Yeah. But it's good to see that it's also free.
Kind of. Yeah,
Kind of.
If you do it right.
Yeah.
Well, so that's you have to do that by 11 a.m. Eastern time on August 27th.
I don't think you have to install it, bro.
That's what it said. It was in the fine print.
Why is it? Why do you have to download it? That just makes no sense.
I don't know. It's weird.
But also, hold on. I noticed something. Hold on. Let me back up.
Backing up.
Backing up.
Backing up.
Backing up.
Backing up.
There was Hitman.
Yeah.
You get Hitman and Shadowrun.
So I already have Hitman so many times over, but that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, and you get freaking Shadowrun Dragonfall. So let me paint you this little picture.
Okay.
Dragonfall.
Where's your brush?
Huh?
Where's your brush? You're painting me a picture.
Oh.
Dragonfall.
Dragonfall. All Shadowrun isometric styles are very fun. You will love the characters or hate the characters, and for the good way. I love the little sceneries that they have. I will definitely
It looks pretty.
I've played the very first one, not these. The Shadowrun Returns I played, but not Dragonfall or Hong Kong.
Director Collection and Hong Kong. Okay.
Yeah, I would love to go through those.
Interesting. So when does this one drop for free?
Next week. Let me do a double.
August
27th. So next week.
Okay. Cool shit. All right. I got something for you. I saved this one for you.
I made this for you.
So there's a K-pop group that's dropping a new single on the 27th. They announced it on a tweet.
Okay.
Calling all blades. The Riot Games K-pop group KDA is dropping a new single August 27th.
Oh. Okay. I didn't hear about that till now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're having all this news that I'm not getting.
Yeah, they did this little image and they put calling all blades, and so I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Let's find out here. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, just look up the KDA tweet.
Oh, that's not helpful. So, is it from KDA or is it?
I think so. I don't remember. You're asking me to go back in time.
Yes, I am. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. That's what they dropped.
The baddest.
It was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy KDA's little pop star song that they had. I'm surprised that they literally just made this whole thing.
Yeah, I think they're planning on doing a lot with it though.
I'm hoping.
So.
Pop Stars was a good song. Wish that they had more than just the one song, considering Pentakill did 2 full albums.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had God, what's their other group?
I have no idea. The fact that I knew enough to be able to do this was impressive to me.
True Damage.
Gotcha.
And True Damage did Giants with 4 really stellar members.
I'm pretty sure that's the one you showed me.
Yeah. And, I mean, shit. They worked super hard on all of these, and I want more, but we're not going to get more until...
Maybe.
Well, after this, I don't know, because...
If there's a market.
Well, I mean, I'm talking True Damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant. I'm hoping.
So, while we're talking about gaming tweets, Warner Brothers Montreal dropped a little teaser. I'm so excited.
Holy shit! So, a lot of people were having to decipher.
You can't see what I pointed at, but yeah.
The Batman.
Yeah. It's cut off.
Batman.
So a lot of people were having to decipher.
Batman.
I would have immediately gotten it.
Oh well, some of it was like this static grid-like image that had
thing moving in the middle.
A very translucent thing, and a lot of people were missing it because of their monitors or screens or even their cell phones.
Gotcha.
So they brightened it up for other people, and that's when they were like, "Oh,
Court of Owls, which has been what we've been pretty sure the new Batman game would deal with. However, with this announcement, I learned some stuff. This may be a reboot to the franchise rather than just another prequel game.
Because that's when he first started off, right?
Well, that's the thing. Court of Owls was only invented a couple years ago by Snyder, not movie Snyder, comic book Snyder.
Yes.
Before the right when New 52 happened, he came up with this idea of what if there's been this secret organization that's been following Dick Grayson this whole time. Their whole thing was Dick Grayson. And they've been active and they've been in the background of Gotham this whole time, but the detective and Grayson never noticed.
Okay.
And so it's like the events of it happened more recently, but they've always been there type of thing. The problem is they ended the series, or Rocksteady ended the series with Arkham Knight, but Warner Bros. Montreal is the company that went through and did Origins, which was a prequel game. So this whole time we've been thinking it's a prequel game. Now it's talks that they may be rebooting and starting at the beginning with Court of Owls stuff.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I don't got no problem with that.
I'm excited for it. I even went back and started doing some of the challenge stuff on Night today because I was like, I'm in the Batman mood now.
Batman mood.
So, a couple other quick things here. Dragon Ball FighterZ has announced their next fighter for the DLC.
Fucking Master Roshi.
Motherfucking Master Roshi. He'll be available in September. Are you not happy about that?
Neutral.
What if it's like ripped Master Roshi? When
apparently, one of his costumes is Jackie Chan.
Okay.
So he looks like Jackie Chan. But
I got a photo to show you later. I was at Zia yesterday.
Yeah, I know you were.
And they have the entire VHS set for Dragon Ball Z. Where if you line them up, it makes the picture.
Yeah.
And they're all completely out of order. Whoever put it on the display was a lazy fuck. I said to my friend James, he immediately was like, why the fuck would they not put it in order? Those heathens.
That hurts me a little, actually. I would have been like, can I get to them?
So if there was a video game, is there any video games you wish had a 2-player option?
Fallout 4.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind going through that wasteland with someone.
What if the game was just about making chaos?
There's a lot of those. Okay, hit me.
Untitled Goose Game is getting local co-op with a second goose. That'll probably make Lauren play with me, honestly, because she was kind of getting into the game when I was playing it. So yeah, Untitled Goose Game is going to get local co-op with a second goose. I think it'll be fun. Let's hit the last big one. We'll hit your your one, and then I got just sales stuff that we can end on.
Okay, so this first?
Yeah.
Fortnite did another bad.
Kinda, yeah. So while they're in the middle of suing 2 companies, Apple and Google, they are now being sued themselves. So there's a place in Florida called Florida Stonehenge, also known as Coral Castle. Can
Epic just not?
Yeah. I'm wondering how much of this was Epic and how much of this was an artist that was working for Epic that didn't tell them what his inspiration or her inspiration was. So this is the new Coral Cactus set, which looks a lot like Florida Stonehenge, also known as Coral Cactus.
Castle.
Or Coral Castle. I keep saying cactus.
Your other left.
My other left. Coral Castle.
And I mean, the architecture is
yeah,
pretty similar.
When you look at the first image, I don't see it.
Yeah, the first image... Oops, shit, God damn it. Yeah, the first image was like,
But second
and third.
And then the use of the name Coral Castle. They both use the name Coral Castle.
Yeah.
So yeah, they the section that runs, the group that runs the museum, because this is a museum, because this was built back in I don't remember. Said at the beginning of the article, if you go back up. This is not the article I used, but PC Gamer, if you guys want to see the article, 1923 to 1951 is when this was being made. They're suing the company that runs the museum. They put in a thing stating that intellectual property rights between the name and the architecture.
And I hope that comes to fruition, because Epic Games is doing a lot of not great things. I mean, sure, they're giving away a lot of really cool games.
And their fight with Apple, I get it. Their fight with Google, I kind of get it. I get it. But they're being kind of bitchy.
Pick your battles.
Yeah.
The differences are not hard to see.
You have a pun. Wow.
No, that was socks.
Oh.
I do not use puns.
I didn't see her message, so okay, bravo. That's terrible. I love it.
But I personally, I hope this comes to fruition where now people, because we've had the dances being stolen.
Yep.
We've had the music being stolen.
Yep.
We've had them actually having to go to the artists to say, hey, do a concert in our game so that way we can use your music legally. That's why the Marshmello, Travis Scott, and deadmau5 concerts all happened in game, so that way they can be like, we could still use their music legally.
That's crazy. I would have said no. Like, pay me, bitch.
Oh, of course they're getting paid.
Oh, okay, they're getting paid.
Like, have you seen did you ever see the Travis Scott
No.
concert? Oh my god. It turned that whole entire area upside down. Like, hold on, real quick.
Turned it upside down.
Huh? Oh, no, it did. Fortnite concerts? I don't know what.
What would I know? I know the name.
Like, it literally, yeah, it was an actual, like, full-blown thing. Everyone was just chilling out, hanging out, waiting for Travis Scott to pop in, and then all of a sudden it, like, blew the frick up. Like, they weren't expecting it to actually just take over the whole entire thing.
Wow.
Like, Marshmello's had a little tiny, well, I say a little tiny, but compared to this, it's little tiny bounce castle where everyone was, doing their freaking flying around and dancing. And then this.
Steve Aoki should do a virtual concert and make people throw cake at themselves.
That'd be nice. But yeah, like.
I know his name, but I can't think of who he is. So, I don't know. Fortnite Epic, a lot of weirdness going on.
A lot of weirdness.
Even just with the free games.
Like, some good. Like, look at.
Yeah.
Got his Nikes in there, too.
This dude bouncing around looks like a ripoff of a Destiny character, though.
Yeah, a little bit. That I will side with, but it's like, how can you copyright a cloak?
It wasn't just the cloak; it's the glowing.
Oh, I know,
it's
the
a lot
glowing
of it.
and all that, and all this.
A lot of it looks like it.
I
feel like a lot of games are taking inspiration from Destiny clothing lately.
Yeah. And then, like, look at that! It
Yeah.
gets bizarre, and I was like, "That's cool. That's super fucking cool."
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets weirder. Like, it puts you under the water. And
interesting stuff for sure, but
yeah. And
I don't know.
For a 3-day event, I believe it was. And then you got the Marshmello concert. See, everyone was just having a nice good old time with it.
Marshmello wasn't a giant.
Like, there wasn't anything too out of the ordinary. It was he released one new track. Nobody could kill anyone else, so that way they weren't gonna get thrown out of the game.
Gotcha. Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So go ahead and hit your news.
So for those who know me like they know me, they know I enjoy 3 things. Well, when it comes to tabletop games, 1, aberrations.
Hookers and blow.
Hookers and blow. No, aberrations. I do enjoy anything that goes. 2, I enjoy storytelling. You tell me a good story, I will be there for it. The 3rd thing, mind flayers. But that kind of goes along with the first part. But there's a reason why it kind of is different.
He likes weird worms in your head.
I do like weird worms, especially brain puppies. Where's the brain puppies?
They're right there.
Here's the brain pup. Look, hops out and gets its little feet. So we got a little bit of gameplay. It shows you dice rolls. It shows you what the check is supposed to be. You can
This
back
makes
out
this
of
game
it.
look very hard based off of how my dice rolls go.
Yeah, yeah. But there's a brain puppy. It's one of the first encounters if you're a Gith. Apparently, you don't need to be a Gith, but if you're a Gith, it makes it one of the first ones. This is in the first 10 minutes of the game. You run into a frickin' brain puppy.
Interesting.
I love it. This is, if you want to run into a brain puppy and fight them, they're usually like level 3, 4. They're a little bit of higher CR considering what they can do.
The game looks beautiful.
Oh, the game
like seeing that's all actual gameplay. The game looks
Brains.
fucking great.
Brains. I won't lie. I ate the rest of the zombified. But we also watched a little bit of the regular run of the mill
which we had
trailer.
watched a while back when it first came out.
Yeah. And I mean, I thank you, IGN, for housing these. You are always very helpful. There was also another trailer for the PS5, and I do not want to talk about it, but I'm just gonna make it known if you want to cringe, go and check it out.
I don't like it.
Now the Series X trailer I did not see. I will watch this somewhat live while we do a wrap up.
Yeah. So for the wrap up here, both Xbox and PlayStation are doing huge sales right now. There's games as low as $4.99 on some of these, especially on PlayStation. And PlayStation's got a whole section where you can just go by the price tag. So we're talking Mortal Kombat, we're talking the Far Cry series, Assassin's Creed series, Fallout series, both South Park games, South Park Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole, the Need for Speed series, Plants vs. Zombies series, the Arkham series, BioShock, which, by the way, has announced that they are going to do a new game, but it will be in a new world.
Good.
We won't be seeing Rapture or, I don't know,
it's not Liberty.
I don't remember. There's also sales on Diablo, Devil May Cry, Metro, Mass Effect. Over on PlayStation, they have all the Jack and Daxter games. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, it's Columbia.
Wolfenstein, Doom, and a shit ton more. Like I mentioned before, you got the DLCs for World War Z and stuff like that.
Okay.
Big sale. Check it out. I already bought a couple things.
I might send you, like, if I notice that the Forza Horizon DLCs are on there, I might throw you some cash, because I've been playing that a lot as well, and I'm like, ugh, I guess I might need to, because I've wanted to do Fortune Island. Fortune Island does interest me, and the Lego DLC kind of interests me. It's just, it worries me about crashing.
Gotcha.
Legos are not crash proof. I don't know if you guys know that.
I just thought of it. Lego just released a new thing, Braille blocks, to help kids with visionary issues, so that they can start using.
I love
Legos
that
and stuff like that.
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
I also enjoy the mobile phone connectivity app thing that I just saw on this. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at that. I've never been mad at that.
Bunch of UI stuff. People are saying some of the UI looks like PlayStation 4 stuff, and I mean, like, whatever.
Okay, you got to figure, if you're building UIs, you're gonna run into the same thing. Yeah. That's why. Speaking of John Romero, he literally had it to where he was like, I want to make the numbers visible, but at the same time, I want it to have some sort of visionary chain. So down at the very bottom in hexen, there's 2 skulls, one on each side, and these little rivets of a spine, as it were, and one of them's red. And if it goes to the far left, you die. And he was like, I like that, but people need a number. People need to know what they're at to, gauge whether or not they can survive things. Mm-hmm. And if they can't survive, well, that's not good. They got to find health pickups or figure something to handle a situation. So he was like, we'll have both. But later on, in Redneck Rampage, you have pretty much the same thing. Something down at the bottom, numbers. You're going to run into the same thing, whether or not you're the same creator or not. And we're doing good. We're doing our wrap-up right now. So if you want to see the VOD as soon as we're all done, the VOD will be up here and on YouTube. It'll be somewhere around the borderline. Yeah. I'll probably put it in the middle. But with UI things, you're going to run into the same things. You're going to.
Yeah. The new UI looks good. My big thing is I hope that it uploads things faster than the current one.
Yes and no.
Game clips, photos.
Mine upload quick.
Okay. Yours record quick. The ability to share them, next time you record one, go to try to send it to someone immediately. You'll realize how long it takes to upload.
Okay.
Because that's normally the problem. I'm on game with, James or Dad or something like that, and I see something, I'm like, oh, take this photo. I'm going to send you guys. It's still uploading.
5 minutes later.
It's still uploading. And then normally it's, all right, I'm going to bed. I'll send you all those uploads real quick from throughout the night, because it just
it would take that
forever.
long.
Multiple uploads and everything, and just after a while, it's like, just let them all bank, and I'll send them all at once.
That's not good. I don't know. I've only sent 2 things, and they were pretty, on point.
Screenshots are a lot faster, but the actual captures, those take a bit.
Well, the capture of me doing my from top floor to 3rd floor, where it was 4th to 3rd, and I pulled the parachute and I just flop. I sent that. It was instantaneous. But maybe, I don't know. I would have to take a look. Maybe it was already uploaded and it just moved it over. Hard to say.
You know it's coming.
Yeah, hit me with the pun.
This one's for our viewers.
Okay.
Your guys' support, it's just bottomless, and I appreciate that.
That wasn't coffee, but I do appreciate
bottomless cup. Close enough.
Yeah.
As always, follow us on Twitter. Follow our personal Twitters.
Once again for the Geek Grind.
Geek Grind.
Yeah, Geek Grind, right above me.
Humble Bundle.
Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle has
I
a
will
couple.
eventually figure that out.
Yeah, Humble Bundle's got a couple new things. One for 3D prints. One for Judge Dredd comics.
Ooh. Judge Dredd comics are good.
There's a lot there right now. They're holding another little tiny sale for, I believe, Square Enix. Go check it out. Check out the link in the description. There's always something to grab from them. Always supports charity. But with Geek Grind, they have Witch's Brew.
Yep.
And if you use our link but use the code free swag, you get yourself a free coffee cup or t-shirt when you buy 2 bags.
Trying to decide what I want.
What, a t-shirt or a mug?
Yeah.
You'll use them both.
I will. That's the problem. If I wasn't going to use one, then I'd be like, oh, well, then that makes the decision easy. So.
And aside from all of that, I think we're aces.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell an enemy.
Tell a friend of me.
Tell a friend of me. Thanks, guys.
Wee-oo.